Good morning! Magandang Sabado po ng umaga sa ating lahat. Ako po ay nagpapasalamat sa ating Panginoon at nagising tayo muli sa isang umagang puno ng pag-asa. At dalangin ko po na sa umagang ito ay tayong lahat ay nasa malusog na pangangatawan at pag-iisip. Welcome po sa 11:43 DZMR para sa ating programang Usapang Pangkalusugan. Ang himpilan nito ay naririnig mula sa Sefton Village, Divisoria, Santiago City. Ako po muli si Dr. Jennifer Gatiwan C., your program host, kasama ng Santiago City Medical Society. Sa loob ng kalahating oras ay pag-uusapan natin ang patungkol sa practical tips on how we can live healthier lives. So we are talking about a very important topic dahil ito po ay para sa ating pangkahalatang kalusugan or overall health. Specifically dahil yung mga everyday na ginagawa po natin, no? Yung araw-araw na ginagawa natin, lifestyle natin, this will either help prevent diseases and improve our quality of life or the other way around, no? Pwedeng doon ang maging sanhi ng mga sakit and of course, poor quality of life. At syempre, makakasama natin today a very beautiful doctor, Dr. Diana Grace Kibanov de Vera, or mas kilala po siya bilang si Dr. TK. She is a physician and a registered nurse specializing in general and lifestyle medicine. At makikita po siya, no, nakikita na natin ngayon, she serves at the Vera Medical Center Incorporated, one of the growing partners of Mount Grace Hospital. And welcome po sa Usapang Pangkalusugan, Dr. DK.
Good morning to everyone. Magandang umaga po.
Yes. Anyway, Doktora, kasi we are in a multimedia na pwedeng yung iba nakikinig gabi sa inyong
Tama.
website. Yes. So good morning, Doctor, and thank you so much for joining us here. At ikaw nga po ay lifestyle medicine practitioner. So let's talk about lifestyle medicine. So are we ready, Doctora?
Yes,
So,
Doc.
lifestyle medicine, you graduated from St. Luke's. So, ang tanong ko po, Doktor, is this part of conventional medical practice and how it is different from what we call traditional or medicine?
Alright. So, thank you po for that question. Actually, lifestyle medicine is relatively new, no? Specialty po, no, sa larangan ng medisina, kung saan po we use lifestyle interventions, no? Like nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress management, and even social connection po as our main treatment, kumbaga. So, instead of relying entirely on medications, what we do in lifestyle medicine is that we help patients make sustainable changes that actually target the root cause of their diseases, no? So, ang tanong niyo po, traditional medicine, okay, yun po yung training ko rin naman when I was in med school, no, and when I was in training. So, often, ang traditional medicine po, ang emphasis kasi nito, yung mga gamot, no, procedures, say for example, surgery, mga ganun po, which are important. Importante po yun, I believe in those. Pero yung lifestyle medicine, parang add-on po siya eh. So, tina-target niya yung mga root cause ng ating mga illness. So, yun po.
Yes, oo nga naman. Kasi yung kung nagkasakit ka sa puso, because of your poor lifestyle choices, so going to the roots, very
Yeah.
good. So, can you give us example ng mga sakit, Doktora, na kung saan lifestyle change can really affect, no, yung mga pagbabago sa ating katawan?
Yes, sure po, Doc. Ang mga usual conditions na tinitreat po, no, sa lifestyle medicine or ina-address, no, sa lifestyle medicine, usually type 2 diabetes, no, hypertension, obesity, no, those with high cholesterol, yung mga dyslipidemics, no, those with certain heart diseases, no, yun po yung mga target ng lifestyle medicine because all of these are heavily influenced by lifestyle. So, yun po.
Oo nga, kung mahilig ka sa mga sweets or ikaw ay manginginom, and may bisyo. Okay, so ngayon, Doctor, we're living in a very high-tech world, lalo na sa field of medicine. Okay, but nasabi niyo na nga, targeting the root cause. So, you are really focused dun sa magandang lifestyle. So, paano pumapasok din yung technology when it comes to lifestyle medicine practice?
Technology, basically, ang ginagawa dito, Doc, pag lifestyle medicine,
Mm,
um, hindi kami heavy on gadgets,
mm,
mga ganun. Not really on mga high-tech,
mm,
what you call this, diagnostics. We do the basics,
mm.
actually. Basics pa rin tayo. But what we do is, we look at the person itself. You know,
Okay.
kasi po ang bawat tao, iba-iba tayo ng history eh. Iba-iba tayo ng family history, right? We are unique individuals. So,
Mm,
iba-iba tayo ng stress na kinakaharap araw-araw. Iba-iba tayo ng trabaho. And
mm,
sometimes, of course, ibang pagkain yung kinakain kada household, right? So, that's what we do in lifestyle medicine po. So, we look at the individual itself
mm.
and we give interventions based doon sa current situation, current diseases ng pasyente, and then we work from there po. So that's what we do.
Okay. So, hindi talaga, kasi ngayon, di ba, may mga ibang sakit na o nagre-rely ka na lang with the technology. Tapos regular follow-up, regular reseta ng mga maintenance, na feeling mo dun ka na lang talaga fully dependent. So, Dok, paano kunyari like ngayon, nasabi niyo yung mga ibang sakit kanina, paano kung familial na siya? Meron pa bang magagawa? It means like, namana mo na, may sakit sa puso yung lolo ko, yun ang kinamatay niya, yung tatay ko, ngayon naka-maintenance na.
Yes.
Pwede bang eventually, gaganon din ako?
Ayan. So that's a good question, no? So actually, ang analogy ko dyan, Doc, is parang sasakyan, no?
Mm,
Ang sasakyan po, may gasolina, no?
mm,
So yung gasolina ng sasakyan, yun yung parang hereditary, genetics, no? Nandun na
mm,
yon, no?
mm.
However, ang magpipindot ng start, the one who will push the button, is yung lifestyle mo. So,
Okay.
ibig sabihin, it's like a gun na may laman siya and then who will pull the trigger? That's the lifestyle
Mm,
also. So even if you have a family history, yung
mm,
daily choices that you make can actually delay or even prevent yung mga diseases na may lahi ka from developing. Kasi eating smart, no? If you stay active, if
mm,
you eat a healthy weight,
mm,
all those are factors po kasi. So, ang sakit naman hindi, multifactorial naman po ang mga sakit eh.
mm,
Hindi lang siya,
mm.
may lahi ka, lalabas na siya agad. It's not
Okay.
like that. So, when we look at diseases, marami pong factors. And that's why it's important that we address all these factors.
Yeah. Baka naman kasi may lahi ka dahil yung lahi niyo mahilig kumain ng lechon.
Yun pala yun.
Di ba? Yun pala yun. Kaya nga, so ikaw pa rin in the end, it's what matters is yung final. Okay, so speaking of that, familial and nasa iyo ngayon trigger. So is it not too late? Kunyari, ikaw ay sa ating mga tagapakinig ngayon, medyo may nararamdaman na siya and I want to change my lifestyle. Is it,
Mhm.
at medyo may mga maintenance na ako. Is it already late or can I still start anytime? Mhm.
Yes, of course, anytime. It's never too late to change your lifestyle, ika nga po. Kasi every day is another chance to
Mhm.
start again. That's why I always tell my patients, even if
Mhm.
they're hypertensive already,
Mhm.
they can still do something. There are so many, actually marami. Maraming pwedeng gawin. Kahit na meron ka ng sakit, kahit na may edad ka na, actually kahit
Mhm.
bata ka pa, it's
Mhm.
never too early also to start, 'di ba? So yung mga kabataan din natin, importante na as early as now, alam na nila kung ano yung healthy choices that they can make. And that kung ano yung ini-input nila sa katawan nila, dapat aware sila sa mga yon at ano yung mga substances that they take, yung alcohol, smoking, vaping, all these kaya nating stop at kaya nating baguhin pa. So it's never too early, it's never too late.
It's just up to you if you want to start it.
Yes, actually.
Yes.
It's the ano eh, sabi ko nga po, the ball is in your hands, no? Kasi at the end of the day, your health, ikaw naman eh, your health is on the line. Hindi naman yung doktor ang hihiga sa hospital bed for you, right? So,
Oo
it's
nga.
important that you have that mindset of being empowered
Mm-mm.
You know what you can do for your own health. Hindi lang magre-rely ka na lang sa, because I have like patients and even relatives, sometimes they tell in the handaan, lechon,
Mm.
ay lechon, may gamot naman ako. Ganun sila. Gamot naman ako para pang-control dyan, ganyan.
Oo.
It's true, no? However, you have to have a proper mindset when it comes to your health. Kasi ano
Mm.
mo yan katawan mo yan eh. Your arteries
Mm.
will be clogged at the end of the day,
Oo.
di ba? So, it's about choices and being empowered and knowing that patients have their say to their
Yes.
yun.
So, you say choices, empowered. Paano, Dok? Nakaharap na sa akin. Hindi kaya ng powers ko. Paano ba yan? O, like, ito, we are now October. Malapit na yung Christmas.
Yes,
Yan na yung mga sweets na sa harapan na natin. Dok,
yes.
hirap po talaga ako. Paano ba yan?
I get this question a lot in the clinics, no? Because culture, di ba? And
Mm.
kasanayan natin kung laging may rice. Sabi ko nga sa mga pasyente
Mm. Mm.
agahan pa lang ho rice na, 'di ba? Rice na
Mm.
nakain ng Pilipino. Kumain
Yes.
rice
True.
tanghali hanggang umaga, tanghali, gabi. So, sabi ko, you don't have to give up rice or sweets completely. I
Mm.
am more of a realistic doctor eh.
Mm.
Kasi ang hirap nang mag-impose ka sa pasyente na stop mo everything. And then it's not gonna be sustainable at the end of the day, no? So what I tell my patients, importante, the susi dito is yung portion and balance. Say for example, white rice ka, 'di ba? There's always a choice of brown rice or red rice,
Mm.
'di ba? Or
Mm.
dati, 2 cups of rice ka. There's always a choice of making it one rice na lang instead of two
Yeah.
cups, 'di ba? Tapos yung sweets, say for example, before kada tapos kumain, kailangan may pang-period. Pang-period tayo nila, 'di ba?
Oo.
After every meal, either may chocolates or something.
Chocolates. Yeah.
Tapos, sabi ko, what you can limit it naman occasional, hindi
Yeah.
siya daily,
Mhm.
parang gano'n. So, there are actually a lot of ways that I teach my patients in the clinics how they can limit, no, or discipline themselves. Eventually, it will become a habit eh. Eventually, masasanay ka din.
Oo. Talagang it's up to you naman eh. You have the option for that. So, sa mga nakikinig tandaan niyo yun. Kung 2 cups, gawin mo na lang 1. Ayan. So, next naman, syempre diet. Kasama dun yung exercise. Ang isa pa nilang excuse is, wala akong time. What if? Are there any alternatives? Ano nila ako, laser or
Ito
something.
na.
Oo.
Well, actually, I get this question also from my patients. Not only patients, but health professionals as well. Yung mga professionals, not only health professionals, but those who are working.
Ozempic na lang ako.
Yes, no, daming ganyan no, nauuso kasi. But actually, hindi kayo nag-iisa, no?
Hmm.
Even me myself, I have to remind myself to do exercise very often as I could, no? But exercise doesn't always mean that you have to go to an expensive gym. May connotation kasi na ganun, exercise gym, no? Pero
Oo.
hindi po, no? So what I tell my patients, you can do movement snacks
Hmm.
throughout the day. So, how do you do that? 'Di ba? Parang sabi nila, busy ako sa trabaho.
Mm.
Throughout the day, you can insert physical activity pa rin. If you are working in say for example, nasa second floor kayo, no?
Mm.
And there's an elevator in the building, what can you do? You can take the stairs. It's an
Yes.
option, 'di ba? It's a
Oo.
choice to take the stairs. You
Oo.
can take the stairs to increase your steps, yung step count, 'di
Yes.
ba?
Oo.
Halimbawa naman, you're doing phone calls, mga call center, or someone
Mm.
na madalas na sa phone call, madalas nakaupo. What can you do? You can stand up, you can walk during phone call so that medyo na gumagalaw ka pa rin, di ba? Those naman who are sedentary, nakaupo, mga desk jobs. So, what can you do? You can stretch 5 to 10 minutes, di
Mm.
ba? Para lang mag-circulate yung dugo, hindi ka magkakaroon ng lower back pain.
Oo.
So, may mga ganun po, no? You can do brisk walking, 10 minutes lang in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. It doesn't have to be like super drastic change, no?
Mm.
So, short changes actually add up, no?
Yeah.
Eventually. Hindi mo napapansin, ang dami ko na palang steps na nagawa today. Hindi mo
Oo.
napapansin, oh, I feel lighter na. Or I
Mm.
feel better kasi, nag-move na ako.
Gumagalaw ka. Yeah. So, hindi mo kailangan ng mga intensive exercise like going to the gym, enrolling in the
And
kickboxing, yung
with
mga
heavy
ganoon.
equipments, no? It's not
Oo.
always
Oo.
like that. Opo.
Kasi lalo na kung ikaw ay elderly na, 'di ba?
Yeah.
May mga exercise na hindi na rin fit for some age group. Iyon.
Mm.
So, ibang excuse naman ito sa mga patient ko. Bakit hindi kumakain ng gulay at prutas? Dok, mas mahal eh.
Oh.
Oo. Anong masasabi niyo doon?
Not always, no?
Mm,
I beg to disagree, no?
mm.
Meron kasi tayong connotation na pag organic, mahal, no?
Oo,
They
yeah.
always have that, pag organic, mahal yan kasi organic, no?
Mm.
Actually, no. Buying local produce, dito sa Isabela, ang dami nating mga local
Mm.
produce na like corn,
Oo.
munggo,
Yeah.
beans, or root
Oo.
crops, kamote. Hindi naman mahal ang kamote. Saba, hindi rin siya mahal. These are affordable and nutritious.
Mm.
Sometimes in the backyard, 'di ba? You have talbos ng kamote, kulit,
Malunggay.
malunggay.
Yeah.
Nandiyan lang yan, hinihingi lang natin sa kapitbahay.
Oo.
It's really there. We just have to be observant then at the same time and also open our minds na marami options that are not necessarily mahal. So yung iba naman po nagpa-fast food kasi, Doktora. So that's what I want to address. Kasi yung iba fast food, it may look cheap, no? Sometimes magkano lang, 'di ba? Meron ka na makakain sa mga fast food. But actually in the long run, kung i-compare niyo po yung cost of medications, consultation sa doktor, hospital bill, pag na-admit ho kayo, ang dami pong naka-admit ngayon, ang dami may sakit. So please,
Totoo.
stay healthy, no?
Mm.
So at the end of the day, kung susumahin niyo ho, mas mahal pa rin ang ma-ospital kesa
Totoo.
sa bumili ng nutritious food. So,
Hassle. 'Di ba? Oo. Food instant sakit din
yes,
ng
instant. Yes, yung mga instant.
yeah. In your practice, Doctora, syempre as a lifestyle medicine practitioner, can you share some success stories in your patients?
Mm.
Kung yun talaga nag-change, like
Yeah.
meron ba talagang isang diabetic na after talagang listening to you, obeying everything that you said?
Yeah, I'm thinking of one patient I had, no? Ano siya, type 2 diabetes. 10 years, parang ganun, 10 years na siyang diabetic. So,
Mm.
ang ginawa ko, tatlo lang. Three changes we did na pinag-usapan namin. Kasi pag lifestyle medicine doc, talagang medyo mahaba ang mga consultation ko with my
Mm.
patient. It's because I study their, kumbaga, individualize yung approach ko sa kanila, no? So, what I did was, dinagdagan lang namin yung vegetable intake niya, no? Number two, mahilig kasi sa soda at saka
Oh,
mahilig sa fruit juices na yun tawag dyan, yung
in
instant,
can.
yeah,
Ah,
in can, mga
ah,
ganyan. Yun na, binawasan namin yun. Tapos, walking, daily walking. So, he lost 15 kilos, 15 kilos
ah,
in 1 year. So, his blood sugar actually normalized. Yung
oo.
HbA1c niya, ang ganda. And oral lang naman siya, naka-oral diabetic medications. So, hindi
Yeah.
kami nag-progress sa insulin. Kasi mahirap ang insulin kapag andun ka na sa level na insulin requiring, right?
Oo.
So, at least oral pa lang yung kanyang gamot and
Oo.
nag-normalize pa rin. Hindi na lumala, kumbaga, yung mga gamot na bibigay sa kanya. So, ang naalala ko sa kanya, sabi niya, Doktora, ngayon lang ako nagkaroon ng confidence and parang nagkaroon siya ng energy. Energized daw siya because
Mm.
probably he lost weight and he's not that sluggish anymore, no? Because
Mm.
normal yung sugar niya. So, yun
Yeah.
sa akin yung tumatak na power ng lifestyle changes eh. So, it's important.
Wow. Imagine mo, yung hindi ka na nag-maintain, 'di ba?
Oo. Mm.
Panalong-panalo ka talaga if lifestyle
Actually,
change.
naka-maintain pa rin siya, Doc, ng oral. Ang
Oo.
hindi lang is hindi kami nag-progress to insulin.
Insulin. Oo.
Yes, which is a good, na already. Kasi
Yeah.
masakit, di ba, ang insulin.
Yeah.
So, yun yung sa amin wins. Small wins namin
Oo.
within a year. And I'm very happy for that patient.
Quality of life na ano.
Yes,
Talagang if you really want it, maitutuloy, no?
yes. You have
So,
to have the motivation to do the
yes.
changes. that you want to see in your life.
So, what if, Doktor, ayun nga, they have motivation, pero let's be realistic, nadadapa din sila. Okay? So, ano yung mga advice nyo dun sa mga taong one step forward, two steps backward? How would you motivate them?
Yeah, as I mentioned during the start of the program, no, change is actually normal. Kumbaga mahirap pero
Mm-mm.
normal na nadadapa tayo, hindi perfect.
Mm-mm.
So,
Mm-mm.
what I tell my patients is focus tayo sa progress. So, doon
Mm.
sila, what you call this, I let them focus. Kumbaga, ito yung hindi tayo perfected.
Yeah.
Progress more than perfection. Ayun. Yun yung
Yes.
lagi ko sinasabi sa kanya. So, if you slip, kung nadapa man, just like in life, no? So,
Mm-mm.
don't give up. Just restart. Ayun. Just
Yeah.
restart the next day. Kasi the
Mm-mm.
next day is another chance. Diba? Lahat tayo
Mm-mm.
nabibigyan ng chance ni Lord na mabuhay the next day to make better choices. Diba? Binigyan tayo ng kaisipan ni Lord na piliin kung ano yung mas
Mm-mm.
ikabubuti natin. So, mas importante sa akin, sabi ko, small consistent steps.
Mm-mm.
Small consistent steps. Baby steps.
Yeah.
Rather than big big step nga pero short-lived naman. Diba?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
mas important.
Sustainable nga eh.
Yes, you have to give yourself some credit that you're
Mhm.
putting effort into your health. So, and also, what I tell my patients also, find a support group.
Mhm.
If your family, your loved one, your friends,
Yeah.
no, even a community that will keep you motivated.
Sila yung
Kasi,
cheerleader mo.
yeah, kapag kasi meron kang, ano yon, may nagsusupport sa'yo at naniniwala doon sa ginagawa mo na changes, no? So, mas namomotivate ka. It keeps you, alive, motivated, and
Ah.
uh, like, ako personally, I do pickleball. So, shout out sa mga pickleball community ng Santiago. So, important that we have a community that, oh, let's play, di ba? So, ako,
Yes.
yun,
Oh.
it's important.
Kasi mas lalo kang ma-encourage kasi magkakasama kayo. You are one in this
Yun.
battle. Ayan. So, before we end, Dr. Ryan, ang bilis ng oras, no? What's your one big message for the public about health?
Well, message ko siguro that health
Mhm.
is actually built on daily choices.
Mhm.
Every meal, every step na tinitake nyo, every decision to rest or even reconnect with your loved ones or even manage your stress, nag-add up po yun. So you just have to be consistent. Start today, no?
Mhm.
Your future self will thank you for starting today.
Okay. You don't need New Year to make a resolution. You can
Hindi
start
kailangan ng
every
next
day.
year, Doktora, and to our listeners, no? It's never too late.
Yeah. As long as nagising ka ngayon sa araw na 'to, then yun na,
Yes.
'di ba? Ayan. So, ang bilis ng ating 30 minutes, Dr. Ricky. So, salamat for sharing your knowledge, your expertise. Ako may natutunan and syempre of course our listeners ay marami ding natutunan. And last question, na sa De Vera ka, Doktora, what's your clinic schedule at De Vera?
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm at the Vera Medical Center, no, Monday to Friday, 10 to 12 po ako by appointment. So if you want to schedule, PM lang kayo sa De Vera Medical Facebook page,
Yes.
PNPI.
Yeah, so mako-coach kayo. Ma-inspire kayo ni Doktora, oh, very pretty and she walk the talk, ika nga. Ayan, para sa kanya mismo tayo matututo. So, salamat po, Dr. DK. So, sa ating pong pagtatapos, alalahanin po natin ang salita ng Diyos mula sa 1 Corinthians 6:19 to 20. Dito po ay sinasabi nito, isang paalala sa atin na ating katawan is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So, kaya dapat natin siyang parangalan sa pamamagitan ng, sabi ni Doktora, balanseng pamumuhay. At sinabi din po sa 1 Corinthians 10:31 na kung tayo ay kumakain, umiinom o ano man ang ating ginagawa, ito ay for the glory of God or para sa ikaluluwalhati ng Diyos. So, kabilang dito yung paggawa ng healthy choices sa ating everyday diet, sa ating paggalaw or exercise, even our rest, no? So, that's part of course of of our healthy lifestyle para maiwasan natin ang nakakapinsalang lifestyles o poor health choices. Pero mahalaga ang ating physical na kalusugan. Itinuturo din sa 1 Timothy 4:8 na ang kabanalan ay may higit na kahalagahan. Okay? Hindi lang para sa buhay natin dito sa lupa, kundi para din sa darating na buhay natin sa langit or the eternity. Binigyan tayo ng Diyos ng mga masusustansyang pagkain at kaloob ng paggalaw or mobility upang tayo ay mabuhay ng matiwasay, ngunit higit sa lahat dapat nating unahin ang kanyang salita. Partly, kasama din yung disciplines of prayer, panalangin, and of course, a good relationship with other people, the people around us. Kasi peace of mind also is part of our health. So, kahit ng ating mga katawan ay pwede nga din talagang hihina balang araw sa ating pagtanda, ang ating mga kaluluwa ay binabago araw-araw sa pamamagitan ng kanyang banal na espiritu. So, ang ating malusog na katawan, ito po ay nagsisilbing kasangkapan upang mas makapaglingkod tayo sa Diyos at ang pagtupad sa kanyang layunin ang siyang tunay na mahalaga. So that's it po for today sa ating programang Usapang Pangkalusugan. Nawa po sa sandaling panahon ay may nibigay tayong linaw at mahalagang impormasyon tungkol sa lifestyle medicine and good lifestyle. So abangan niyo po akong muli sa susunod na Sabado para sa ating programang Usapang Pangkalusugan. Dito lamang po sa 1143 DZMR, a proud member of KBP. Ating tandaan ng ating kalusugan ay kayamanang di mapapantayan. Happy weekend po sa ating lahat!